kitchen. Thank you for joining me, and today's recipe is from my 4 Seasons Ninja Foodie cookbook, and in there you'll find the full list of ingredients. And if you need any of the equipment that I use during the recipe, then just go over to my website and it'll be linked on my accessories page for you. I really hope you enjoy this recipe. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button for me. And if you're new to Susannah's Kitchen, then subscribe to my channel for new weekly content. I'd love to see some of your creations, so don't forget to add them to my Facebook group and tag me in on my social media platforms. The links are all down below in my description. So I think we've got everything covered. Let's start cooking. Today I'm making fish cakes and we're going to use the Ninja Foodie. Started off by quartering my new potatoes. Cut them quite small because we want to make sure that they cook as quickly as the fish. Into their stock that I've just made up from a recently boiled kettle. I'm going to place my rack over the top like this, and then I'm going to sit my fish on there. So I'm using some frozen haddock, which can be cooked from frozen. So I'm going to just lay that over on the rack like that, and we're going to be using the steam function now to cook both of those together. So just selecting steam. Let's see how long this takes. I'm going to keep a really good eye on this. So let's just press start. You're going to get the pre on the screen there, which means that it's just building up that steam basically to start with. So no other seasoning apart from just the stock, because I thought that will make a difference. You can use a vegetable stock or whatever stock you wish to, and obviously by putting in hot stock, it's just going to speed up that process a little bit for us. Of course, if you want to use just plain water, you can. So then down here, I have chopped up down here some parsley. I've got some lemon zest, which I've taken off my lemon there, and also a couple of spring onions chopped up. I've got some cheese. This is optional, but we can make them melt in the middle fish cakes. So let's get some chunks of cheese ready. I've got salt and pepper here. I'm going to be using some panko breadcrumbs for the outside. That's going to make them nice and crispy. We'll use some spray oil when we cook the fish cakes. I'm probably going to do them on air fry, I think. It's probably going to be the best and easiest way. And then to bind this, there's loads of different ways. You can use flour, you can use egg, but I thought I was going to serve them with some tartar sauce anyway, but I thought, why not put some tartar sauce actually in the mixture rather than using an egg, and that's really going to help bind the fish cakes together. Right, so I'm going to be back once the steaming process is done. I think we can bring that out now. I think that's more or less done. So my thinner pieces of fish were cooked in that time, so I have just broken them apart. There you go. We can just flake that as well now. So let's see where the potatoes are at, shall we? I just think this is a really quick and easy way to do everything in one pot without too much mess. Let's get that rack out. Now we've got the rack out, let's just check the potatoes. They seem pretty good to me. Great, there they are. Look at those. And I'm literally just using new potatoes with the skin on. If you don't want to use new potatoes and you want to go with some regular white potatoes, I would just peel them and then cut them into small little 2-3 centimetre pieces, and that they're going to do the job just as well. It's just that I had new potatoes to use up, so it's always good to use up what you've got. Anyway, let's get them drained and then we can mash those up. Right, so I'm going to get all of that fish in my bowl over here, and that has got in it the parsley, spring onions and lemon zest. Obviously, all these things are optional. You can change it up, flavour this how you want, but it just shows you a good and easy way of being able to do this. So let's get some of my potatoes on the board. Just going to do a few at a time. I'm just going to move that cheese out of the way because that's for a little bit later. And then I'm just going to use a fork and I'm just going to mash these through. You can get a potato masher out if you prefer. My board was dirty already, so just thought I might as well just use this. And these are nice and soft and tender, so they are mashing really, really easily. quite like having the sort of bit of texture in there with the skin. Might not be for everybody, but I think it's quite nice, really. So I'll be back in a second when I have mashed all of the potatoes up, and I'll show you what else I'm adding. Okay, so I've now got all the potato in with the fish. I've seasoned it already with some salt and black pepper. I think just a little bit more salt might be needed. And now I'm adding in the tartar sauce. Now, I've probably got around 2 tablespoons left in this jar. And we're just going to have to see if that is going to be enough for what we need it to do. Obviously, to start with, it's going to add some lovely flavour. Tartar sauce is rapeseed oil, free-range egg, it's got gherkins in it and capers. So if you can't use this and you're just using an egg, then maybe it might be a good idea to add a little bit of gherkin or capers into it. Let's give this a stir. I feel like I've got lucky. My 2 tablespoons seems to have been enough. If you look, this is now coming together. I'm going to get my hands dirty, going to get my hands in and shape these into fish cakes. Obviously, you could make small ones, little tiny mini canapé ones. You could make some really huge ones. It's really down to you. I think I'm going to make 4 out of this, and we'll put the cheese in the middle. Now I need to just prepare some panko breadcrumbs ready on a plate, because that's going to be the easiest way for me then to get them coated. Right, panko breadcrumbs on the plate. I'm just going to add a few and just add more as I need them. Now I've seasoned this really well, so I'm not going to worry about seasoning my breadcrumbs, I don't think. So roughly into 4. I think I'm going to shape these first so that I can see the size of them before I make too much of a decision and start coating them and realise I've got some that are much bigger than the others. Okay, it is quite sticky actually. This is still warm as well, by the way. You can cool this down completely. Put them in the fridge, cook them later, cook them the next day. All your ingredients are already cooked in there. But yeah, just make sure that you cool it thoroughly if you're not then cooking it straight away. Okay, so I'm just looking at my sizes. And we're fairly even. A little bit more for this fish cake here. And then a little bit more for that one. Again, you can switch up the fish. I used haddock because that's what I had in my freezer. But if you prefer maybe more of a salmon person, you can use some salmon in this. But I did like steaming it. I did think that made this really nice and easy. Okay, so let's start with our first fish cake. Let's get our piece of cheese in the middle and let's just encase that. Pretty easy to do that. More than enough mixture there. And then you can make these into whatever shape that pleases you. It doesn't really matter. So I'm kind of rounding them off and just giving them a bit of an edge. And then into the breadcrumbs. And then you can just push those breadcrumbs in, go around the sides. If you prefer like a finer breadcrumb, then you can use that. It doesn't really matter. I just thought pancos are really nice and crispy, aren't they? That is a fish cake made. Obviously, it doesn't look very golden at the moment. Obviously, you can buy golden breadcrumbs, gives you that better colour. But once this has got some spray oil in it and it's been air fried, it will be lovely. Here they are, all prepared. I've put them on some parchment so that when I put them in the air fryer, they're not going to stick, because I do think that they probably would if I didn't. I've laid my fish cakes on some parchment paper and they're in the air fryer basket in the Ninja pot. So I'm going to spray them with a little oil just on one side. Halfway, I'm going to flip them over, spray the other side with some oil and continue. Okay, so we're halfway. I'm going to open up and then we're just going to try our best to flip these over. They're holding together nicely. So it's not too difficult. You can see the colour difference. So all I'm going to do is spray them on the other side with the oil and we'll carry on cooking. Here we go. Fish cakes are ready. They are lightly golden, exactly as I wanted them. Look at that. That is just right. Obviously, if you want yours browner, you can just carry on air frying for a bit longer. But those for me are just right and they're nice and crispy on the outside. Fish cake is nice and crispy on the outside. Those panko breadcrumbs with a bit of spray oil really do work lovely. I hope you've enjoyed the recipe, and if you have, please hit the like button for me. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new to Susannah's Kitchen. But how simple are those haddock fish cakes? But before I go, we better cut in the middle. Let's cut it open. Oh, that is oozy in there. Can you see that? Lovely, oozy centre. Exactly like I wanted it to be. These look brilliant.